Welcome back to Trading 360. It's time for a 360 round all about Adobe and some concerns about the guidance. Did that overshadow what was a great quarter? What can we expect going forward? Dan Romanoff is with us, equity analyst at Morningstar, and also Matt Montefusco is with us, wealth advisor, Pointwealth Capital Management at LPL Financial. Thank you both for being with us. Dan, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I thought the quarter itself was great, and from pretty much any angle, whether it was revenue, profitability, product announcements, all that stuff was great. The guidance was fine on the EPS line. It was in line. I think the fourth quarter guidance for revenue, though, was a little bit shy of expectations, about 1% shy of consensus. And so you see the stock trading off 9%. And I kind of view that as noise. I think there's a lot of tailwinds here to support good growth over the next year. And I'm not really too worried about a hiccup in guidance, especially in light of the strength of the third quarter revenues.
So the strength in the third quarter is going to outweigh a little bit of a pullback on the guidance, in your opinion. Matt, some of your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think Dan makes a good point. Revenue came in for Q4. Guidance was about 1.3% short. EPS was about 0.3% short. So I think Adobe's kind of been unfairly penalized, to be honest. But I think that brings their valuation to be more fairly valued. But their innovations are going to be really key for their future growth. I think their upcoming Adobe Max conference in October, that's going to have around 10,000 attendees, is going to be vital. And it's going to really show where Adobe's trending and, if their product innovations can, carry them for the future.
Think about AI here, Dan. Is this it now? Is this the moment here?
Yeah, investors have been really concerned. I get a lot of client feedback on AI worries, and I think those are overblown. Adobe has been one of the most innovative companies in all of technology, certainly on the software side, for at least 20 years. And so with AI, they've got an entire platform. They can serve every customer imaginable. They've got their own models. They've got an open platform, and so you can bring a model from OpenAI or anyone else. And the Firefly models themselves are great. The technology is very impressive, and they're infusing that throughout the entire portfolio. And so they're really well positioned in AI, I think. And last night they were just talking about the AI assistant in Acrobat. And Acrobat is a $3.5 billion business, loosely. And it's probably their fastest growing area. And so that's going to be a really powerful growth driver, I think, over the next couple of years, too. So I like where they're positioned in terms of AI. And you can look at their history. They have just left a minefield of competitors in its wake in the past. And so I don't really see this being any different.
Yeah, so an innovative company with a powerful growth driver overall of AI. Matt, would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think the average investor looks at Adobe as more of a legacy tech company, which is not really true anymore. And I think that maybe because they're down 10% this year, I think people have thought that competition from OpenAI Sora has really affected them. But the thing is, Adobe has great innovations. They really focus on detailed image creation and editing, which is different than, for example, OpenAI Sora, which is more of a text to video creation. So like Dan said, I think Adobe is still at the forefront. They can really use their large customer base to push their innovations to a lot of people very quickly. But they're going to need to really adapt quickly and make sure that they don't fall behind, because they do have a threat of becoming a more mature tech company if they don't have the correct innovations at the right time.
Yeah, you noted the digital media segment, which includes generative AI system Firefly, which grew 11% year over year, Matt. And so with that, do you think the stock right now at 532, you said maybe the pullback is really penalizing the stock because of the pullback in the outlook. Is this a big buying opportunity when you see it down 9-10% today? Matt?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a buy or sell opportunity. I mean, I can't really comment on that, but I think overall, the landscape for Adobe is pretty positive. And it's really going to come down to how well their kind of generative AI creation can go because again, there's a lot of competitors. There's going to be a lot more kind of smaller startups that are going to focus on kind of that image creation. So Open AI, for example, I mean, they've done a lot. They've really kind of advanced their systems very quickly. For Adobe, they need to use kind of that first mover advantage, and really continue to create and really continue to have the detailed image creation be at the forefront. And there's a lot more that they can do with that. And they have maybe a 1 to 2 year head start, but they need to make sure that they continue to
Okay.
capitalize on that.
Yeah. And Dan, you have just confirming 635 fair value. It's at 531 today, right? And 3 stars. Thank you both, Dan Romanoff of Morningstar and Matt Montefusco, LPL Financial.